I remember now.
Are you telling me? I am asking you to stay on the sidewalk.
I'm going to politely decline.
If you know somebody that's going through opiate withdrawal, you know somebody that you'd like to help go through this and make it a lot easier, you're definitely going to want to pay attention to this. Because I want to encourage other jails and facilities around the United States to adopt this technology and stop the methadone. Stop the methadone shit. Stop using drugs to combat drugs. If we have technology that can completely eliminate that, that is so much better. You know how much easier?
Guys, this is groundbreaking. Please pay attention and watch the whole video. If you have anybody in your family, like he said, or if you're dealing with opioid addiction, alcoholism, this is going to be groundbreaking. This will take away withdrawal within 3 to 5 days, literally. This is proven. This is going to shut Big Pharma down. Please pay attention.
It's going to be to convince somebody to go through like a treatment, because the withdrawals is one of the main factors that stops a lot of people from wanting to get clean. So enjoy this.
It's going to have a great impact on the addicted community. FDA approved this past summer. The NET device is a 7-day-long treatment that reduces opioid withdrawal symptoms in 24 hours. How much do you think this is a game changer? It's absolutely a game changer in my opinion.
The NET device from Net Recovery Corp is a simple, FDA-approved tool that helps change lives right here in Kentucky in the fight against opioid addiction. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration cleared this small battery-powered device in May of 2024. It's worn behind the ears with gentle electrodes, and it sends a mild electrical signal to ease the painful symptoms of opioid withdrawal, like severe cravings, anxiety, sweats, and body aches. People control the strength themselves with a knob, and treatment usually lasts just 3 to 5 days. Many feel much better within the first day without needing extra opioid replacement drugs like methadone. This matters a lot because withdrawal is one of the biggest reasons people avoid getting help. They're scared of feeling so sick. The NET device makes detox easier and more comfortable, giving folks a real chance to start recovery without that extra burden. Studies show that using it for at least a day helps people stay in treatment longer and cuts down on opioid and other drug use for months afterwards, even when they're dealing with tough mixes like fentanyl and meth, which we see a lot here. Kentucky was the first state to bring this device in, mainly through Isaiah House, our largest nonprofit recovery organization that helps thousands every year.
Now think about this. Instead of going to a 30-day treatment center that costs your family members or loved ones a ton of money that you don't have, you literally could take 7 days out of your life if you're struggling with addiction. This process will get you to a point where you can live a regular life again.
They have dozens of these devices at their centers. Thanks to the smart use of opioid settlement money, residents in counties like Bourbon, Franklin, Meade, Montgomery, Scott, Woodford, Clay, Lincoln, Spencer, and others can get this treatment for free. Some counties fund spots at detention centers or rehab programs, making it available to people who need it the most, including those in jail. For example, Scott County was one of the first jails in the country to offer it. And Meade County set aside funds for treatment slots also. In Meade County specifically, EMS handled 75 overdose calls in 2025, showing that the crisis is still very real. But statewide, we're seeing better progress. Overdose deaths dropped over 30% in 2024 compared to 2023, down to about 1,410 lives lost, the third year in a row of declines. That's hundreds more Kentuckians alive today because of better tools, naloxone access, treatment, and programs like this. The NET device saves lives by helping people get through the hardest part of quitting without as much suffering, so they can stay in recovery, rebuild their families, and avoid overdoses. It also...
Eve to me is basically freedom. It's a giant open universe where you can do...
It also saves money for our counties and the state. A full course costs around $3,200 to $5,500, often less with discounts or local funding. But it's far cheaper than repeated hospital stays, emergency calls, long-term meds, or the cost of addiction in our jails and communities. By using lawsuit settlement dollars this way, counties turn that money into real help that pays off for everyone. That means fewer emergencies, less strain on services, and stronger, safer neighborhoods.
Amen.
To our trusted county officials and leaders here today, supporting and growing access to the NET device in more detention centers and programs is a smart, caring choice. It fits with Kentucky's push for better recovery options and uses our opioid funds wisely. It helps more of our neighborhoods break free from addiction, keeps families together, makes our streets safer, and builds healthier communities for all of us. This is an investment that saves lives, saves taxpayer dollars, and makes Kentucky stronger. One person, one family, one county at a time, for the overall betterment of everyone.
There were actually several points where I was like, I can't do this anymore. But it was the fear of the going through the withdrawal that kind of made it almost impossible to stop. Finally, my family and my mom's friends came to me and they're like, look, we know something's going on. They recommended going to the Isaiah house. I went and I met with Rebecca while I was there, and she introduced me to the NET device. It was a lot better than what going through normal withdrawal would be. You literally can't get out of bed. Like, you feel so sick. And with the NET device, it wasn't like that. You're able to get up and actually function. You're able to go to your therapy. You're able to go to your peer classes. I definitely recommend that over trying to do it by yourself. I left April 25th of last year, and I have been sober since then. My main focus while I was using was, how am I going to get that next fix? Like, how am I going to go through my day and not be sick? And now I wake up and I'm like, I need to go get a cup of coffee. You know, I get to enjoy spending time with my kid and, you know, just really living life.
You go.
And being able to enjoy everything instead of going through that cycle day by day. So it's really amazing.
Big Pharma might not be too happy. I read that while that was playing. And you're absolutely